The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Government officials are not keen on banning travelers from China despite the country's soaring COVID-19 cases. Gerard de la Peña with the report.
The holiday rush continues at the NAIA Terminal 3 with the influx of passengers who wish to welcome the new year in the provinces. The arrival area is crowded as many overseas Filipinos made it home after years of being unable to travel. Long lines are seen at the check-in counters. John Ray, who works in Cavite, says he is busy at work and it is only now that he can fly home to Iloilo after over a year.
Ngayon lang din kami binigyan ng bakasyon.
Genesis anticipated the hassles. That's why she came in at around noon even if her flight to Palawan was scheduled at 6 p.m.
Masikip. Sa doon traffic po.
Traffic lang papunta.
Opo, kaya kailangan po mag-aga.
Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista said the holiday rush revealed the long-standing problems at the NAIA, like inadequate facilities and lack of transport options to ferry passengers in and out of the NAIA complex. And he firmly believes that this can be resolved through the privatization of the airport.
It's the gateway to the Philippines. Ayan yung dito pumapasok yung mga tourists natin no. There are a lot of improvements that we need to implement sa airport.
Bautista said the privatization would entail repairs and massive changes aimed at making the NAIA a world-class gateway. This parking lot right in front of the NAIA Terminal 3 will have to be reconfigured to give way to the construction of the NAIA station of the Metro Manila subway. This, together with the unutilized spaces around the NAIA complex, will have to be maximized. And this is what the DOTr will offer to investors who would want to partake in the rehabilitation and privatization of operations of the NAIA. Bautista said they currently work with the Asian Development Bank for the creation of the terms of reference, which will be shown to prospective investors for the bidding slated within the first quarter of 2023. But more urgent is the decision to impose restrictions on Chinese travelers amid rising COVID cases in China. Bautista said there is no need to impose travel bans, but the government should at least require passengers from China to show negative antigen test results.
We adopt protocols just like what the other countries are doing, no? Kasi syempre yung COVID is still there, no? And kailangan protektahan natin yung ating mga kababayan dito sa Pilipinas, no?
But if the health department were to be asked, current protocols are enough and that there is no need to impose restrictions.
Nakita natin ng ibang bansa na pumutok ang kanilang mga kaso, no? Libo-libo, hundreds of thousands, pero hindi naman natin sila sinaran ng border. Kumpiyansa pa rin tayo sa ngayon that we can adequately guard our borders through this kind of policies that we have in the country.
Officials said the matter has yet to be discussed with the Interagency Task Force. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
Ports in different parts of the country are seeing an influx in passengers before New Year. The Philippine Ports Authority reported that over 70,000 passengers are expected today in various ports like Matnog, Calapan, Negros Occidental, and Batangas. Over 71,000 passengers were recorded in ports on Thursday, higher than the 58,000 logged last December 28. The agency is also preparing for more passengers after January 1. More stories after this short break. Stay with us here on One News Now. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. President Bongbong Marcos will be kicking off 2023 with a state visit to China. Maricel Halili with a report.
Despite the COVID-19 surge in China, President Bongbong Marcos will push through with his three-day state visit starting January 3.
A bubble arrangement has been agreed for the Philippine delegation to minimize the risk of exposure to the virus. And, may mga pagbisita talaga na hindi natin pwedeng i-postpone.
All Philippine delegates will go through daily COVID-19 swab tests. Those who will test positive for the virus will be quarantined.
That person cannot join the flight of the president for obvious reasons, right? So that person will have to wait until he tests negative before that person will go back to the Philippines.
Attending big gatherings will also not be allowed. This is the reason why Marcos Jr. won't be able to meet with the Filipino community in Beijing. But his meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping will go as planned. One of the issues expected to be tackled is the territorial dispute in the West Philippine Sea.
The president wants a peaceful and stable situation in the West Philippine Sea and will continue to uphold our country's sovereignty and sovereign rights during his meetings with Chinese leaders.
He is also scheduled to meet with other officials such as Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. Up to 14 bilateral agreements are expected to be signed. This will likely include deals on trade, renewable energy, and maritime concerns, among others. Marcos Jr. is also looking to secure over 1 billion renminbi worth of grants. The president's state visit to China will be his first official foreign trip for next year. For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
Singer-songwriter Taylor Swift is music's top global earner, according to Billboard magazine. Billboard reported that Swift earned an estimated $65.8 million from her sales and streaming income. The multi-Grammy-winning singer has been busy re-recording her past albums and is set to go on a world tour next year. Next to Swift is the legendary rock band, the Rolling Stones, who earned a total of $55.5 million. The group, who has been active for 6 decades, recently had a successful world tour. Coming in at third is Harry Styles with $41.3 million in earnings. His single, As It Was number 1 in the Billboard Top 100 for 15 weeks. At the fourth spot is South Korean boy group BTS with $38.4 million in earnings. Rounding the top 5 music earners is Canadian rapper Drake with $30.7 million. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. We are One News.